Hi, and greetings from San Francisco. My name is Ron Holt, and I'm a board-certified psychiatrist. I'm also a student health psychiatrist here in San Francisco. And I created this video series to help students as they navigate through the emotional toll caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. And today's video is on tips on how to do remote testing. Now, I realize that most people are used to taking tests in person, but because of the COVID-19 pandemic, most tests are now online. And so let's go over some tips that may help you deal with the anxiety of online testing. And the first thing to do is to make sure that you have the appropriate software downloaded to your computer, and then also that your computer is in good working order. The next thing is to make sure that you have good Wi-Fi that will allow you to take the test remotely. The next thing is please don't wait to read over the instructions for the test until the actual day of the exam. Many teachers may have different instructions on what they want done for their remote test, so it's really important to know them in advance. And if you have questions, to reach out to the instructor well before the day of the actual exam. Another thing is to find a good spot in the home in which to take your test. And what I mean by that is make sure it's a place that's quiet, that feels convenient to you, and that feels relaxing and is void of outside stimuli. Another thing is to be sure to gather all the information and tools that you might need necessary before taking your exam. So perhaps if you have an open book exam, maybe having your book there with you that's already bookmarked in the certain areas you think it might be on the exam, as well as any tablets or pencils or pens that you might need. It's also important on the day of the exam is to log in a couple of minutes before the test to make sure that everything's in working order. That would also give you a couple of minutes to have a drink of water and take some deep breaths before the actual exam begins. It's really important to practice time management. And so if you find that you start to get stuck on a couple of questions, move on to the next one and only go back to the ones that you couldn't do before once you're completely finished with the rest of the exam. If you're having technical problems during your remote testing, be sure to immediately notify the professor, and if that's not possible, take a screenshot of what's going on and send it to the professor once the exam time is over. It's also important that before submitting your test to go back and check and recheck your answers to make sure that they are the way that you think they should be and that all questions have been answered. And finally, please review to yourself what it was like to take remote testing, because it'll help improve as you take remote testing more in the future. So I'm hopeful that this video today on tips on how to do remote testing has been helpful to you. So thank you for watching this video. Be well, stay safe, and I look forward to seeing you at the next video. Okay, bye-bye, and good luck.